What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys already know, if you're a subscriber, I begin each and every video by referring you guys and encouraging you guys to go to visit my website, treeoflifeoutreach.com. Read the bio, be inspired by it, get the information about the services that I provide, which include philosophical consultations, youth and young adult mentoring and counseling, ISSA certified fitness training, and inspirational and motivational teachings. So this is a holistic ministry that I provide, and my goal is to provide some nourishment and some stimulation for your mind, your body, and your spirit. So be sure to go over the website, read my bio, be inspired by it, give the man upstairs the glory for it, because surely there's nothing special about me, but there is something special about he that dwelleth in me. And he who dwelleth in me, if he did it for me, he'll do it for you. All you have to do is be willing to continue to believe and have something that unfortunately a lot of people don't have, which is faith. So again, welcome to the channel. I'm just going to speak to you guys very briefly about something that we can all do to nourish our minds. To nourish our minds. Again, the mind is the receptor for the spirit. The spirit is like a radio station or a television station. It's a frequency that's always there. It's always available. And the mind is the equipment that allows us to pick it up. So you're walking down the street and all of a sudden you start thinking about this or feeling that way. That's an energy frequency. That's the spirit. The good book teaches that the fowls of the air, the blessings in the air, we war not against the physical, but the darkness and the principalities and fowls of the air. So the heavenly things, the heavens just means the sky. So this frequency slash the spirit is always moving. It's always there, whether your television is on or not, and we'll liken the television to your mind. Whether your television is on or not, so whether you tune into the frequency of love or tune into the frequency of fear or anger or jealousy or happiness or what have you, that frequency exists. It always exists. HBO is in the atmosphere, whether you're watching Cinemax or your TV is turned off, it doesn't matter. So it's important then that we make sure that we watch our minds, that we do things to calm our minds, to help our minds rest, relax, recover, recuperate, and regenerate. Now, oftentimes you go to sleep and your body rests and you wake up, you're still very tired because your body rests, but your mind did not. And this is the importance of the mind. That is a direct hint to you that, hey, you need to be able to do something to relax your mind and not just your body. So one of the things we can do, first of all, like I said, is just be aware of that and to gradually start to bring ourselves into a place to where we can actually watch and observe our minds. Oftentimes we're not observing our minds, and you're just doing something and you wake up and realize, what you're thinking about, or you're just totally unaware. Your mind is having a conversation without you. It's got thoughts, it's got perspectives, opinions, and you just happen to wake up one day and your mind is just going right on without you. That's that spirit that's going through your mind. So we'll talk about the spirit, we'll talk about the body. Right now we're going to focus on the mind. So one of the things we can do to our mind is be aware of how it operates, be aware of the importance of learning to watch it, and eventually by watching it you can actually calm it and control it. So the first thing that I would recommend that you do is just learn to watch your mind. Once you're totally comfortable and familiar with the fact that, hey, this thing called the human mind, it's amazing, it's phenomenal, it's extraordinary, it's all those things, but it does, as the old timers would say, it does bear a watching. You have to watch your mind. You just wake up one day and you realize you've been thinking negative for the entire day. And some people believe that they can't control their mind. A person mind who's just running. A person mind can run so fast so they'll develop a disorder, and these people are oftentimes classified as retarded and different things like that. That's a person mind who's going so fast they can't keep up with it. They can't coordinate their body. They can't basically coordinate long enough to put a spoon in their mouth to feed themselves because their mind is just running so fast. So learn the importance of your mind, learn the power of it, be grateful that it's in working order, and then embrace the fact that it bears watching. It really does. It bears watching. Now, what do I mean by watching the mind? It means being alert and in tune with your own self. Watching your own self. This is how you watch the mind. And it takes an enormous amount of focus, an enormous amount of energy because it requires an inner focus. It requires an inner focus and an inner awareness, which is something that we have not been taught. We've been taught to basically watch our external, what's on the television, what are we reading, crossing the street, and so forth and so on. No one has been polishing or grooming us or instructing us and educating us on how to watch our mind and or the importance of doing so. So learn how to watch your mind by just however is often enough for you, to the point to where you can constantly watch your mind. But whatever is often enough for you, check in with yourself. And the moment you can check in with yourself and be aware that you are aware of checking in with yourself and you're aware of what it is that you're thinking, then your progress has begun. It's a tedious progress. It's all of this stuff when it comes to balancing and synthesizing the mind, the body, and the spirit to make sure that you have a proper balance. You're not allowing either or to fall out of balance. It requires an enormous amount of energy. It can be challenging. It can be difficult, but I guarantee you, it's worth it. So once you can actually watch your mind, and you're at work or you're watching TV, and you're able to just boom, snap in and say, dang, okay, here I am. This is what I was thinking about. This is what I was feeling, even though I was at work, even though I was having a conversation, even though I was just eating dinner, the mind was just going on without you. And the moment you kind of tune into that, you'll realize, boom, wow, I am not my mind. I am not my mind. Because if you can sit back and watch your mind and be aware of what your mind is thinking, then that tells you right there, then you're not your mind. You're independent of your mind. So learn to watch your mind, and then ultimately, when you can watch your mind more consistently, more continually, and you don't really have to check in because you're always aware of your inner thoughts, your inner feelings, your inner emotions. It's almost like, have you ever been eating or just chilling out, standing around, and all of a sudden you just wake up almost. It's like you just snapped out of a zone that you were in. Even though you're fully conscious and you're fully aware of your surroundings, you just wake up and you realize, wow, you're standing over there with your back sloped forward. You're standing over there and, you got a look on your face. Maybe your mouth was hanging open. You weren't even aware of this. You just kind of snapped in on it. You just kind of woke up to it all of a sudden. So that's how the mind can be. And once you can do that as often as you possibly can, more and more and more, and then for longer periods and longer stretches of time, this keeps your mind in check, because your mind is not allowed to just run rampant. The moment you become aware of it, that's going to pump the brakes. You're aware of it. Pump the brakes. You're not trying to stop thinking. That's a whole different video about meditation, which I'll bring forward here within the coming days. But that kind of pumps the brakes. Other than that, your mind will just run and run and run and run and run. And you wake up kind of as if you were in a daydream, which to a large extent that's what you were in. And you realize, wow, I haven't paid attention to what I was thinking all day. I just knew that I was thinking something. I thought I was hungry, thought I'd watch a channel or a TV program, knew that I got mad at old girl or knew that old boy, but you wasn't in tune with that thought. So when you can do that, your breakthrough has begun with regards to being able to calm your mind, which in turn provides nourishment for your mind, because your body can't run all the time and neither can your mind. So you can sit your body down and your mind could still be racing. So we need to be aware of that and be aware of the importance of it. Once you can be aware of it, you can slow it down and slow it down and slow it down to the point to where you can stop it. You can stop all thought if you want, or you can choose to sit back and just monitor your thoughts, just like you were sitting on the side of the highway watching the traffic go by. Oh, I saw that red car, that blue car. You're just sitting back and monitoring all of your thoughts. This is you witnessing yourself from your higher self, because the higher self is what's actually able to watch the mind, without getting too philosophical for you guys. But this is a scientific truth as well, that you can actually slow your thoughts. You can monitor yourself, monitoring your thoughts. And this is the nourishment, because the nourishment comes by you being able to slow your thoughts down, by you being able to monitor your thoughts, by you being able to control your thoughts, keep them focused on just that pen on the table. Yes, I'm talking to her. I'm conscious of the words that I'm using. I'm conscious of my surroundings, but my thoughts are strictly on that pen for whatever reason, or strictly on the girl over there in the red dress or what have you. So these things can be done, and every time you practice this, you build your mind up. You make your mind stronger and stronger, because your mind will just run away with you if you're not careful. How many times you just snapped at the lady in the grocery store, or somebody walked by and said something you didn't like, and before you knew it, you was in an all-out argument, and you think back like, wow, how did I end up there? Because your mind just took you there. You didn't necessarily take your mind there. Your mind took you there. So you got to be able to control your mind, and by controlling it, that gives you nourishment. That gives you nourishment and nutrition, and builds your mind, because it allows your mind the opportunity to rest. And as mentioned, if you don't allow your mind to rest, it's easy to get up off of 8 nights worth of sleep and feel exhausted, because your body rested, but your mind did not. So that's important. One of the other things you can do is to spend time in nature, which this is good for the spirit as well. Whether you like or enjoy nature or not, if you're able to go out there and tell your body, hey, you're going to sit right here, I'm going to feed you later, and I'm going to undress you and shower you later, but for now you're going to sit right here. Whether you like nature or not, I'm going to sit you down, and we're just going to listen to these sounds, and we're going to monitor these sights, and you'll be amazing at what that can do to your mind. The nature itself has a way to just bringing in that spirit that we talked about, which the mind is able to process, to receive, and to pick up. So spending some time in nature, this is also excellent for your mind. You had a hard day's work. Even if you're still at work, go out for the lunch break. You know, the old timers were very familiar with good old fashioned fresh air. Good. Just get some fresh air. Get it if you're out to if you can get to nature. If you can even take your socks and your shoes off, just stand there, plant it into Mother Earth, and you'll be surprised at how refreshing and re-exhilarating this is to your mind, your body, and your spirit. I mean, your body will actually be refreshed, but your mind and so your spirit will be reinvigorated. Spend some time in nature. If you aren't meditating, spend some time in meditation. You can attempt meditation. If you've never done it before, just close your eyes and just start 5-10 minutes here and there, and just sit back and then just watch your mind. Watch your mind, and you'll be surprised at where your mind wants to lead you. You're not doing that. You're wanting to think about just relaxing. But you're watching your mind, and your mind is thinking, oh man, the football game, come on. Don't forget, you got to go back to work. Man, what's for dinner? Hey man, I remember that girl there. Your mind is just on and on and on, and you're thinking about you're wanting to think about just relaxing, but your mind is not cooperating. So don't be amongst those who say, oh, that sounds like somebody who's got a problem or an issue. No, this is how the human mind works. And be real with yourself. Be honest with yourself. This is the process that we all have to go through. This is a process that we all should go through if we're interested in providing that nourishment and that nutrition for our minds. Because again, if the mind, the body, or the spirit is out of alignment, that's like having 4 tires on a car, but one of them is out of balance. Yeah, you can go down the road, but I guarantee you the ride is not going to be comfortable. And I guarantee you not only will it not be comfortable, eventually it's going to create an even greater problem. So keep that balance. Keep that balance. Another thing you can do sometimes, you can actually work your mind. So we're talking about calming the mind. We talk by monitoring the mind, by having the inner watchfulness and the inner fortitude to calm that mind. Say, hey, listen, no, you're gonna sit right here, Mr. Mind, and you're gonna focus on what's for dinner. You're gonna focus on the weather outside. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna sit my body down, and this is what we're gonna do for 10 minutes. And you'll notice that your mind, you want to think about what's for dinner, but your mind wants to think again about the ball game. Friday night's coming up. Family reunion is the next day. So each and every time you do that, the more and more you practice that, the more you can calm your mind down, the better it is. And if you can't calm it down initially, just sit there and watch. That's going to provide nourishment for your mind, and it's going to revitalize your temple as well as your overall spirit, because just the mindfulness of it all is nutrition to the mind itself. So you're talking about calming it down via watching it. You're talking about calming it down via going outside in nature and just relaxing and taking in the sights, the sounds, the smells, and things of that nature. Nourishment for your mind. And you can also put your mind to work. Give your mind a specific task. Give your mind a specific task. One of them, just previously mentioned, hey, you're just going to think about this one thing. The other one is to say, look, you're going to think about what color shirts, socks, and shoes you're going to wear tomorrow. And for 10 minutes, that's all you're going to do, Mr. Mind, because I control my mind. My mind don't control me. But if you're not careful, it certainly will. And as a man thinketh, so shall he be. So you have to monitor these things and know that by watching it, by calming it down, by getting in nature and allowing nature to give you some fresh, clean energy through your mind and wash out that other, maybe not so positive energy, and or giving your mind specific tasks that it can do to say, hey, you're just going to think about this, that, and the other, and that's it. For 10 minutes, that's all you're going to do. And every time you realize that your mind is thinking about something else, you become aware of it, that's nourishment. And you just calmly bring it back to where you want. No No, I said I'm going to think about what's for dinner. No, I said I'm going to think about a road trip coming up. Whatever it is, this is what I'm going to concentrate on. So this is word for the wise. Know the importance of your mind. Know why you have to have mind and thought control, and know how this is not some new age thing. This is practiced way back into the most ancient of days and times by the monks, the Buddhas, you name it, the shamans. They all practiced this. Those who were committed to being the best human being that they could be, because you can't be the best human being that you can be if ultimately one of those three things are out of alignment. Your body's perfectly fit, but your mind is out of control. You don't control it, it controls you. Or your mind is in control, your body is in good shape, but your spirit is all over the place. You got ups, you got downs, you got lows, you agitated easily, you frustrated, you sad. Your spirit is just all over the place. The good book teaches that a man who cannot control his own spirit is like a city without walls. So you have to be able to do these things, and these things are to be balanced and synthesized, which is why I provide holistic ministry. ISSA certified fitness training. For those who are not familiar with that term, that's the International Sports Science Association. ISSA certified fitness programs, training, where I can get your body in shape, and I also do nutrition to combine those two so that you can expedite your results, looking better, feeling better. Mind, different techniques, different strategies to strengthen your mind. You could give your mind a task to play one of those jigsaw word puzzles where you have to put a piece here and circle over there and scratch a line right there and then draw a line through there, and then you have to do it all in reverse in a certain sequence by a certain amount of time. This type of stuff can strengthen the mind as well, because it's making the mind work for a specific cause, for a specific purpose, and to get it all done within a specific time frame. It keeps the mind sharp and quick like it needs to be, and not just sharp and quick and rambunctiously running all over the place. So know the importance of that. Embrace it. Embrace yourself. You are a whole being. You have a mind, you have a body, you have a spirit, and these things are supposed to be in balance. Visit the website. Give me a phone call. Give me a text. Send me an email at realdealmunoz@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely go to the website, because everything I do is based on love, and that's the bio is in honor of my Heavenly Father, most commonly referred to as God. Some people call it, source, first cause, infinite intelligence. Some people just don't call it anything, but there is a higher force, and it doesn't matter what you refer to it by. It's real. If you believe in it, it will help you. It helped me. I truly was undeserving, but I knew that I wanted to be the best person that I could be, and I continued to try, and I'm still trying. I'm still trying. I'm continuing to get better. I'm not the finished product, but I'm not where I began either, not by a long shot. So read the bio, be encouraged. If you know anybody that's going through some sad times, some challenging times, and maybe they're thinking they're not going to make it, and maybe they think their higher power has abandoned them. No, it ain't abandoned them. They're going through what they need to go through in order to become stronger, in order to become wiser, in order to build their faith, so that when they make it to the other side, nothing can stop them, because they've seen something that lets them know that this infinite power is real. It's this infinite intelligence. It's real. So they're being built up, and sometimes in order to build things up, you have to tear them down first. We all get that. So I want you guys to stay encouraged. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, subscribe, leave a comment either way. And a mantra that I always live by, and that you guys hear me saying almost in all of my videos, is that if you're feeling bad, I challenge you to go out and make somebody else feel good, and be honest. The moment you make them feel good, you're gonna feel better. If you're feeling bad, go make somebody else feel good, and you'll feel better. Now, I don't know all of y'all, but I do love all of y'all. So peace and holla back. That's as real can get. Hit the like button, subscribe.